Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wellsome, a podcast where wellness meets self development. I am Vicky, and in each episode, I'm going to dive deep into real conversations about health and personal growth. So, in today's episode, I have the pleasure to have with me Mira Tabbara. Welcome to
Thank
Wellsome.
you for having me.
Of
I'm
course,
honored to be here.
of course. So Mira is a business coach. And the reason why I wanted to have her on board is because, first of all, I admire Mira personally. I follow her on social media, and she's sharing so many things about, mindset, business, how to manage your finances, how to get more clients, and everything that we really want to know because everyone wants to grow in their own business. So I'm here to squeeze her brain and get all the informations possible about business and mindset. So Mira, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having
Good,
me.
of
And
course.
thank you for following me.
Of course,
Like
of
I
course.
feel it's one of those things, you put so much effort and you put your heart
Yeah.
and soul into social, as you
Yeah.
know. So anytime I hear that someone follows me, I'm just like, I feel so grateful.
Yeah,
So
of course, of course. And guys, everyone should follow Mira, but then we put it at the end so we make sure that you can find her page. So
yes,
Mira,
yes.
so you're a business coach, a business mentor, I would say, and you're mentoring people on how to grow in terms of businesses and finances, and especially you're working with freelancers as well.
Yeah.
But how did you start your journey as a business mentor?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I'll take you back all the way to my
Please.
first corporate job. So I was working at Ferrero,
Yeah.
and I was a data analyst there.
Yeah.
So I was analyzing chocolate data, and it was actually super fun and cool.
That actually sounds very good.
Yeah, I was like, so Kit Kat did too well.
Yeah.
And it was cool for the first 2 years. And then I wanted, to change, to grow, and I was living in Toronto at the time.
Yeah.
Then I moved to New York, and there I got a job as a data scientist. So I was actually coding consumer data. So I clearly liked the consumer behavior side
Yeah.
of things, but like just being behind a screen all day
Yeah.
was just tough. Like,
Consuming. Yeah.
yeah, and I was just I like the social aspect of things. I like to talk to people. And so I felt like why am I hiding behind the screen? I felt like I had more to offer
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, like what's the trajectory here as a coder? I'm not going to be the best coder. Like I managed, I was okay, but that wasn't my goal. So when I noticed that, I was like, well, then clearly I need to change because I'm not going to do something that's not taking me to where I need to go.
Yeah.
And I had this like aha moment where I was like, what I'm doing here, I can teach anyone else to do.
Yeah.
So therefore, I need to find a career that is unique to me and my skills.
Yeah.
And so then while I was working corporate, I decided to do, soul searching, as they call it.
Yes.
So I took every online quiz, every personality test to see what fits my, personality, what I want in my life. And because I told myself, like, I could either get another job,
Yeah.
be excited for 2 years and then be in the same place,
Yeah.
or like take a real strong pivot.
That's very smart, by the way.
Thank you. I don't know
Yeah.
how, 24-year-old me was like new
Wow.
to do that.
No, but you were really like driven in finding your purpose, actually. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I was all in that self-help books and
Yeah.
stuff. Little did I know that actually could be a career, the
Yes.
self-help and helping
Yes.
people. So at some point, while doing that, I found life coaching. And back then it was still quite new.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anyone who was a life coach. I hardly know how I stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
And then the more I looked into it, the more it fit everything I wanted in my life. Like I wanted to work with people, I wanted to help people, empower them, and it gave me flexibility that I wanted. So
Yeah.
I could work online, I can have my own business. So I wanted to make sure to do something that fits all the things I want in my life, because whatever I do, I'm going to go in for 5-10 years,
Absolutely.
So then I got certified as a life coach while working full-time in New York. And then a few years later, I moved to Dubai and I just started doing coaching full-time.
I love that.
Yeah. And then there was the pivot from life coaching to business coaching.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So basically, I was doing life coaching, and then I noticed when someone asked what you do, I'm like rambling. I'm like, I can help you be healthier. I can help you fix your relationship. I can help you.
Yeah.
And it was just so vague
Yeah.
that it wasn't clear how I can help someone. And this is where the business side came in.
Yeah.
I noticed I need to be extremely clear on what problem I solve and what outcome someone gets from
Yeah.
working with me.
Yeah.
So, and I also noticed like the clients I was getting were all entrepreneurs. So I noticed that's my target, the
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. And how do I help them? Well, I help them become better entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So let's say I have a graphic designer. She's an expert graphic designer, but she's not an entrepreneur. She doesn't know how to price her services. She doesn't
Yeah.
know how to sell her products. She doesn't know how to sell, her packages. So basically, I noticed what need was missing is that, now everyone has a business. Everyone is a solopreneur,
Yeah.
freelancer, but they need help becoming business owners and stepping into the CEO role
Yeah.
of themselves. So that's
Absolutely.
kind of how I pivoted to business.
I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
So I assume that also you personally, you shifted your mind so much because
Yeah.
it's a never learning, is a never stop learning journey, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, it's constant. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still, working on my thoughts. I'm still, because you can only grow to the level of your thoughts.
Yeah.
So, no matter where you reach, like where I am now, I never thought I would be 5 years ago. But then again, I need to think bigger. I need to think, where can I be in 5 years to allow myself to get there?
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of people are stuck in their own maybe career or path because subconsciously they think they cannot make it?
100%. Not just subconsciously, like consciously,
Yeah.
they don't let themselves believe they can.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot, of course,
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone needs to be an entrepreneur. I know now people think that, not necessarily. Like, if you're happy, you're happy, but if you're unhappy, then you need to change something. And
Yes.
like, we work 5 days a week,
Yeah.
that's where you spend most of your life. So you need to be doing something that fills you up, that, is building you to something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That
And
fulfill you. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I see it a lot, like with, some people, the people who come to me and are working corporate, they're on that pivot, right?
Yeah.
Because they came to me. So they know they have a problem, they want to do something about it. And then there's the people who, maybe they feel like unhappy, but they don't know yet
Yeah.
that they need
They're
to,
discovering.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
discovering.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the most common limiting beliefs that you see with your clients when they approach you?
So the most common is like, I can't do this, or I'm
Yeah.
not capable. And I understand that, because our beliefs are based on what we learned, based on our past experiences.
Yeah.
So obviously you don't believe you can build a business because you never built one.
Yeah.
So how does your mind know, oh, I can do it if I never did it?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why the mind is so powerful, because it basically obeys us. So the subconscious mind runs the show. So, if you tell yourself like, I can't build a business, your subconscious mind doesn't know that it can't argue with you.
Yeah.
And it can't reason with you like, oh, maybe you can. It says, oh, okay, the boss said I can't run the business, so I can't start a business, so I can't. And then it will create things in your life to not allow you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so powerful for us to take control of our thoughts and be able to change the subconscious.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes, for example, to finances,
Yeah.
I assume that you experience a lot of clients maybe coming to you because they want to increase their finances or
Yeah.
manage them. So again, what are the biggest misconceptions or issues that you're currently working on with your client when it comes to finance?
Yeah, that's a great one. So a lot of clients come to me, they have a business, it's running, but they want to make more money.
Yeah.
Right. And I totally understand that. And, that's the point of growing a business. So I'll give an example of a client. She came to me. She has a lot of followers, like over 1 million followers. She's doing good. She has brand deals, etc. But she came to me. She's like, I want to grow. I don't know how. I'm like, okay, let's work together. Let's figure it out. So we work together. We see what else can she offer. So what different, streams of revenue can she offer? And then, she has over 1 million followers. So we're like, well, you're clearly a social media expert. What if you start teaching people about social media? Maybe
Yeah.
you can do a workshop. She does a workshop. At the end of the workshop, we created a structure to sell something at the end. And I think she made 8,000 dirhams in the 1 hour
Wow.
workshop. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just something she would have never thought of, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so outside the box of her creating content, getting brand deals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another point on the limiting beliefs for a mindset. Especially around money. So people
Yeah.
have a lot of limiting beliefs around money. And this comes from childhood, from experiences, from what the world tells you. So I had one client who was really struggling with money mindset. Okay, like she was fine, but she knew that it's a weird relationship she has with money. So I asked her, I was like, if money walked through the door right now, how would you treat it? And she's like, I would grab it, I would like suffocate it and never let it go. And then
Wow.
we started laughing,
Yeah.
like, okay, so, and she's like, okay, I see, there's an issue
Yeah.
here, right? So then we're like, okay, so we need to work on this relationship with money, like treat it as an entity.
Yeah.
You have to let it go and let it come back. You have to let it
Yeah.
flow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think this relationship with money it's very linked with the ability of receiving and giving, like over giving or over receiving? I guess.
Yeah. I can be both ways for
Yeah.
sure, because there's also, people who keep giving, but then are they respecting their money,
Yeah.
right? So I always think of it as like a respect.
Yeah.
So
I
for
love that.
example, like hiring a coach, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to justify, but it's like I respect this person's time. I respect what they're gonna then get back to me to my business,
Yeah.
right? So for example, someone paying for coaching, especially for people who've never paid for something like a coach, a therapist, it's hard to justify.
Yeah.
When you buy a bag, you're paying this, you're getting this.
Yeah.
But when it's so abstract, it's very hard to
Yeah.
justify, right? And so, when I start speaking to people and I start working with my clients, and, after 1 month of working together, they make back maybe half the investment they put in with me, and they're so shocked,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like you respected the money,
Yeah.
and you respected your business, because you're kind of like saying, oh, me growing my business is worth this many,
Yes.
dollars. Like it's
Yeah.
worth me putting this much to
Yeah.
get it back.
Absolutely. You allow yourself to grow.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah,
I love that.
exactly.
I love that. And for example, if a person would like to attract more abundance when it comes to money in this case, what would you think? What is like one advice, one quick advice, or even more than one that you would give? For example, if I know you and I'm like, Mira, what would you do to attract more abundance when it comes to money?
Yeah. So one like cute little like trick, let's call it, is what you can do is every morning you write a little love letter to money. Okay?
Tell me more about it. I love this.
The way your eyes lit
Yes.
up.
I think I heard so many things about write gratitude
Yeah.
and write a letter to your younger self,
Yeah.
but a letter to money. Oh my God, I want to know everything now.
Yeah. And to give credit, I didn't come up with this actually. A coach I was working with
Yeah.
taught me it. But basically you every say like morning, dear money, and just write honestly. Like, I've been feeling, stingy about you. I'm struggling to share you with others. Sorry about that. Like whatever. Small, like 3-4
Yeah.
sentences, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then every day start writing this letter.
Yeah.
And see where that goes. But it makes you now think of it as like a person, because you're writing a love letter to it.
An entity, as you
Yeah.
said. Wow. Did you try with your clients?
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure all my clients call one, like onboarding call.
Yeah.
I take the last, I don't know,
Yeah.
at least 10 minutes of the call. Like, let's talk about your relationship with money.
Yeah.
And everyone is like struggling. Like,
Yeah.
it's really common to have a lot of weird feelings and beliefs about money. And so usually all my clients, they start with the love letter to money, and then they also do like affirmations. So the thing is, like, these people I work with, let's say the graphic designer or a real estate agent, or I don't know, our advisor, like whatever, expertise they're in, and they come to me for help. They're experts in their field,
Yeah.
but they're not expert entrepreneurs. So most of them are shy talking about money.
Yeah.
But you can't be shy talking about money when it's your business.
Yeah.
So I have to teach them to say their price, say it confidently.
Yeah.
So usually they have to start with some affirmations around money too.
Oh,
So
okay.
those could, just to give an example, it could be like, I'm comfortable talking about money, I'm comfortable being around money, I'm comfortable receiving money.
Yeah.
And they just have to like start saying those things every
Yeah.
day to actually start getting comfortable.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will try actually. I
Yeah.
will try myself after what you said. That's
Yeah.
a very good
I mean,
one.
I did all this work too. Like I wasn't
Course.
just born, like
Of
that.
course.
I still do this work. There are times where I feel like, oh, the relationship is getting weird. Like, let me start writing let
I
me give
love
money
that.
some
I
love.
love that. Yeah, because I mean it's connected to love, and when there's love, there's abundance. So
Yeah.
make totally sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've been coaching a lot of people when it comes to, business, money, and finance.
Mm-hmm.
What is the one common thing that you saw in the people you were coaching that were struggling? That they shifted maybe, and then the problem didn't happen again, or it
Yeah.
decreased, sorry.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I coach people like throughout. Some are just starting,
Yeah.
some want to start, some have a business with a team of 5 or 10 on
Yeah.
them. So there's quite like a different
They have different levels.
yeah, they have different
Okay.
levels. I would say like the root common let's say struggle is like the belief in themselves.
Yeah.
So whether they're just starting or they have a business with a team of 10, I always see like, am I good enough
Yeah.
to do this? Am I good enough to have a team of 10 and manage them, etc.?
Yeah.
Or am I good enough to even start? So I would
Yeah.
say the common struggle is the mindset.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I say I'm like a business and mindset coach,
Of
because
course.
mindset is honestly
Yeah.
everything. And then through coaching, your mindset gets stronger
Yeah.
because you're taking action.
Yeah.
So when you take action, you see a result,
Yeah.
and then your mind is like, oh, it's working. Let me do it again.
And also you take accountability of your limits. So you're like, okay, now I do not escape. I cannot find excuses
Yeah, yeah.
because the coach is seeing what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Mira, do you think, like, because there are a lot of buzz around money, especially on social media, and there are people that are like, you need to chase money, you need to push it, you need to ask, you need to do this, a very like aggressive
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like approach to money. And there are other people that are saying, you need to relax because when you don't focus, you attract, blah, blah, blah. So very two opposite mentalities. So
Yeah.
one is just like go for it and just kill yourself, but get it. And the other one is just like, okay, sit down, relax, and just allow the money to come to you.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, this is gonna be like the most vanilla answer, but I would say right in the middle.
Yes.
Because like I feel like I've also tried both, both
Yeah.
of those spectrums. And the issue, let's start with the softer approach. The issue with that is you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You just expect it to come. And I'm sorry, but you have to do something
Of
for it to
course.
come. So that doesn't work. Then the pushing thing, the killing yourself, like this also with, the entrepreneurship vibe of like you're working 24/7, but I don't like that. And that's not my approach. And it's not my approach with my clients either. Because I believe if you focus on the right things, you can make money without killing yourself doing
Yeah.
it. So I don't like that approach either. It's too much. And I think there has to be a good middle ground
Yeah.
where you're taking strategic action. So you can't just sit and be like, oh, the clients are coming to me,
Yeah.
they're coming, but what are you doing to bring them? Like, are
Yeah.
you running ads? Are you posting on social? Are you hosting workshops? Like, what are you doing to bring them in and convert them? So you need strategy, and you need to be taking action to bring money in, because again, you need to respect it. So you need to like be doing things to allow it to come to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love this answer.
Do you
actually.
agree with that
I
approach?
think I
or-
agree. And I think it really depends on your current situation.
Yeah.
Because I do think that a lot of people that have this very aggressive attitude towards money, it comes from trauma. As a health and life coach,
Yeah.
I just try to see things from the root causes. So I think like sometimes people have no choices and they are in survival mode. Doesn't matter if they have millions or nothing. They are in survival, and then they think that they just need to hustle, hustle, hustle because maybe they feel they're not enough. Again, it's mindset. They
Right,
feel they're
yeah.
not enough. They need to push. Oh, I work 8 hours. It's not enough. I saw a video. This girl works 10 hours. I need to work 10
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit of like trauma and insecurity.
Yeah.
But I mean, somehow maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe also in specific fields.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, I'm not resonating with the people that are like, yeah, I'm just doing me and everything will come. Like, even with love, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and manifestation in general.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you cannot pretend to sit on the couch. The love of your life is
Yeah.
ringing on the door. You just need to put yourself out. And doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you need to stop every good guy and say, you want to be with me? No, but just like
Yes.
put yourself in the environment to create what you want to manifest.
100%. I love that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we are aligned on this.
For sure. Yeah.
So as a co-founder myself, and now
Yeah.
in the future founder, I struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, and I guess this is something very common.
Yeah.
How do you think we can manage this imposter syndrome, and where does it come from?
Yeah, great question. So imposter syndrome is actually extremely common. I don't remember the statistic, but like majority of people feel imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So it's actually just a natural human experience. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, I have imposter syndrome, so I'm different. No,
Yeah.
like we all have it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's when you're going out of your comfort zone, you're doing something that perhaps will allow you to grow, but you're going to be uncomfortable
Yeah.
for a while. And the mind and body don't like that. Like you must know,
Yeah.
like the body just wants to stay in this comfortable room and call it a day and do nothing,
Yeah.
right? But that's not how you grow. So anytime you're trying to grow, you're trying to put yourself out there, you're going to be vulnerable, right? You're going to be risking stuff. You're going to
Yeah.
be really like going outside the comfort zone. The mind and body try to stop you.
Yeah.
And so that's why you feel like an imposter, because you're kind of like working against yourself. You're
Yeah.
to grow and to move forward. So it's a very common experience, and if anything, it's actually a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign that I'm growing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't feel like an imposter.
Yeah.
And really the only way to deal with it is to just keep going.
Yeah.
And remember, it's a universal human experience.
Yeah.
So everyone feels that way. It's just it will be resolved with time once you keep going at what you're doing.
Okay. So you think like the way to solve is just like accept it, maybe?
Yeah, I would say it's like one, accept it and acknowledge that it's a human experience.
Yeah.
Right? The same way we all laugh or we all cry.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just a human experience. And then not to let it take over you.
Yeah.
That's the issue, because if you allow it to take over, then you stop.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to keep go through the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So keep taking small actions. And one tip is, if you take small actions, the body is less scared,
Yeah.
right? So, if just a really easy example, if you're trying to work out more, if you decide like, okay, starting Monday, I'm going to go 5 days a week, 1 hour and a half to the gym, probably you're not going to make it to the 5 days.
Yeah.
But if you start super small and say, okay, I'm going to go Monday for 10 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever, for a 10-minute walk, 30-minute walk,
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then you slowly add, what you do is, if you do the first one, then your brain reads that as a success. So then
Yeah.
the next day, it makes it easier because it knows it succeeded. Versus if you set yourself up to fail, the mind is like, oh, I failed. So it's going to be so much harder to start
Yeah.
again. And so same thing with starting a business. If you take small steps, you'll see small results. That's all your mind needs to keep going.
Yeah.
So when you're feeling this imposter syndrome, it's a human experience. What small step can I take today? What small step can I take tomorrow? And then you'll see progress that overall then the imposter syndrome will go.
Of course. So do you think it's correlated to kind of like a reward system in a way, and also the fact that, okay, I have this feeling, but I don't let this feeling to take over me?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I think it is kind of like a reward cycle, right? So
Yeah.
the mind is like, okay, I see results, so then I want to I feel more confident to
Yeah.
take more action to get more results.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the cycle.
Yeah.
So you want to be in the cycle, so you have to take action to get
Yeah.
results.
Yeah. Um, I think we're very, very lucky in Dubai because a lot of people are, I mean, are here because they want to do better, and I think this
Yeah.
city is pushing you to like give the best. For example, I come from a European country, and sometimes I see that a lot of people have a lot of misbelief around money, and also they never give, like for example, if you're making money, I want to find like a bad reason. Oh yeah, because of course she's someone paid for her. So I never reward you for what you've done, and I never see, like, especially in Italy, this is a very common behavior. Like, oh, she has money. Oh, she must have like a sugar daddy or a
Of
backup plan
course.
or whatever. It's never like, oh, Mira, she's making money. It's because she's so smart, you know.
Ah.
So like, do you think that, have you seen this characteristic in your clients when actually there is this fear of money or misconception, like, oh, if I'm gonna have money, I'm gonna be alone, or if I'm gonna have more money, I'm gonna lose myself?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would say from many of my clients right now, they just want to make more money. So they're
Yeah.
not scared to make too much money.
Yeah.
But the clients who, the ones I mentioned earlier who like have a team of 10 and have really successful businesses, they have seen, that sometimes it's hard to like tell their friends, like, because
Yeah.
you level up, right? You become this business owner, you have a team of 10, you're super successful. Your friends maybe didn't change,
Yeah.
or so then you can't tell them, oh, I made 1 million on this, because they just like, it would be, there's like an awkwardness. So I have seen that people do feel weird sharing, and they do feel a bit alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that this has to, because of course, I mean, more you grow and more you need to leave maybe people behind that don't want to grow with you, or
Yeah,
maybe they have another path.
yeah,
But for example, I see that a lot of times there are people that are scared to grow because again they don't want to be
yeah,
alone. But on the
yeah.
other side, I think like it's so unnatural to just stop yourself just to please others. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this comes to the, it's like surround yourself with like, who are the 5 people you surround yourself with? That's a
Yeah,
reflection of who you are.
yeah,
So it's at some point, of course, as you grow, not all your friends are gonna grow with you. Not
yeah,
everyone, is like in this growth mentality or wants to do, their own business or whatever it
of
is.
course.
So it's about, I'm not saying to leave your friends behind, but maybe you need to expand your network to have that outlet of people who would support you to grow.
And you can talk to, yeah, about
Yeah,
other stuff.
exactly. So maybe that is getting a coach, because
Yeah,
maybe it's just a coach who works with you. So even for example, like when I said I'm going to become a life coach, you can only imagine the turmoil that I caused with my
yeah,
family, and like, what does that even mean?
yeah,
Like, and at the time I was younger, right? I was like 26. Who's gonna listen to a 26-year-old? And like, fair enough, like, no one knew this field yet, and it was fear. Everyone had fear for me because they cared about me.
yeah,
So they were scared I was gonna do this, invest in coaching, and then, for what? But that's when I had to recognize that these are other people's fears, not mine.
yeah. Doesn't belong to me.
It doesn't belong to me. So I had to really like overcome that and push through.
Yeah,
And then, obviously now it paid off,
yeah,
right?
of
And of
course.
course, everyone is, super happy for me now, etc. But the point is that it's, when you have an idea, don't go telling everyone about it, because people will project their fears onto you, and people might be jealous. So if you and your friend are both working corporate and you're like, oh, I'm gonna start working with this coach to help me start my business, then your friend might feel jealous.
Yeah.
Maybe subconsciously, like, oh, she's gonna grow and start, and I'm gonna be stuck here.
Yeah.
Because, so then maybe she'll say, oh, is it worth your money?
Yeah.
Etc. So really, like, I feel, one big takeaway is when you have that feeling like I want to grow, talk to only the people who have the same mindset.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's better not to share it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you agree? Have you seen that?
Of course, of course. But I don't know if it's good or bad. I never listen to comments. I never listen even my mom. She's like, okay, I give up with you. Like, I'm trying to give you advices, but you never listen.
I love that.
Yeah, I never listen to anyone. I'm a double Sagittarius, guys. So
I'm also a Sagittarius.
No way.
Yeah,
Which day?
December 8th.
December 9th.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you know how we are. We're very
that makes so much sense.
If we have an idea, we're enthusiastic people and we're optimistic. So people cannot really stop us.
No, it's true. Like the optimism, right?
Yeah,
and I feel like that's also why, you can imagine we're both coaches, right? Yeah. We're so optimistic. You can do it. You can change.
Yeah, we have to. So funny. So you've been working with many people and the people who had businesses, who have businesses. What do you think are the traits for a good leader?
I would say the traits for a good leader is, one, not being scared to get support.
Yeah.
So that's getting a coach, getting a mentor in their field, whatever it is, getting support, and always thinking about the future.
Yeah.
So, the ones starting out and they tell me, in 5 years I want this, in 10 years I want this. Or the ones who have the team of 5, team of 10, what's my next step? What's my growth? So it's about having that growth mindset and not being scared to get support, whether it's hiring a coach mentor or also hiring people below them.
Yeah, to help them.
To help them, yeah. So at some point, that's a big struggle people get to when, they started the business, they're doing well, they need help. Yeah. Then I start coaching them. Okay, you have to delegate, you have to hire. And that's a whole nother mindset.
Yeah, because you have to trust people and sometimes it's difficult. Yeah. And now we're talking about leaders. But when it comes to freelancers, because I think the dynamic is slightly different because, of course, if you have a business and you're a leader, maybe you have to coach. You have to actually coach, why not? Yeah. But you need to lead like a small team. And when you're a freelancer, you're alone, basically. So what do you think? We were talking about good traits from a leader perspective. Good traits from a good freelancer. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's becoming that thinking like an entrepreneur and thinking like a CEO of their company. So for some reason, the word freelancer feels a bit like there's not no oomph to it, right? Yeah. Versus like entrepreneur, business owner. So actually, whenever I start working with people, the first thing is like, you're a business owner.
Yeah.
Stop thinking you're just like this one-man show. Even if you are, you're a business owner. The same way I had to stop looking at myself as a life coach and look at myself as a business owner. Yeah. Because only when you start seeing it as you're a business owner, then you start treating it like a business. Yeah. So the freelancers, when they come to me, they're like, I'm not growing. I have a few clients from word of mouth. I'm like, because you didn't step into your CEO self yet. Yeah. You're just, as your freelancer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create, your systems to bring leads in. We're going to fix your pricing and you're now a business owner. So they stop seeing themselves as, I do this on the side, or it's like, this is what I do. It's like, I have a business of whatever.
Yeah. So for example, if I'm a freelancer, let's say I'm a coach. I don't want to specifically target. I can be like a fitness coach, health coach, business coach, or someone that is a freelancer and is giving a service. Yeah. So normally, how do you take your clients, which are freelancers, in a way that they can grow? Which are the steps that you normally, everyone is different, what are the steps that you follow with them normally to build the system that you were talking about?
Yeah, good question. So first, we start and see where they're at. Yeah. Especially for service businesses, we look at what they're currently offering.
Yeah.
So what are their services? What are their prices? What do they have packages? All these kind of things. So we kind of do like a deep dive
Yeah.
so that I can understand everything in the business, and then we start fixing.
Yeah.
So usually they're undercharging, or the way they're selling programs doesn't make sense. So we
Yeah.
work on that. Then we work on the target audience. So it's very important to be super clear on your target audience. And what I find the big issue freelancers have is they don't want to niche down, because they think if I niche down, I'm going to lose business. Where in reality, it's the opposite. The more general you are, the person you need to help doesn't know you can help them.
Yeah.
So then we work on niching down based on that person's experience, interests, skills, who their ideal target is, and what that target's pain points are.
Yeah.
So then we work on that. Then we look at, okay, what leads? So then basically we get into like the marketing sales part of it. How do they get leads right now?
Yeah.
And how does that grow? And a lot is social. So
Yeah.
then we start focusing on their socials.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Is the messaging clear, et cetera, et cetera? And then we take it from there also to see if they need to start running ads or build their page first and then run ads, etc. So depending where they are, we kind of take them through that flow. And then, of course, there's a big aspect of teaching them how to sell.
Yeah.
So that comes in. So there's, specific strategies to use when you're selling, how you're selling.
Yeah.
Just as an example, instead of, you see you have a potential client, you send them a proposal. What I always advise is don't send it to them, get on a call with them. Explain your proposal.
Interesting.
And answer any questions they have, negotiate with them. So it's really about making them more confident to like get on those calls, be face forward rather than hide behind the emails and the screen.
Yeah. I love that. And do you think, like, for example, now we were talking about how you take freelancers through, adjusting their journey. But then there's this how to sell part.
Yeah.
What are the main points that people are missing sometimes when it comes to sell themselves?
I think people really struggle with selling because they're scared to be pushy.
Yeah.
And I know it because I was there big time.
I was there as well.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes I am still.
Yeah. And me too. And I keep needing to refresh my selling skills. And because one, it's not something you're taught ever, right?
Yeah, true.
And if anything, we're taught to like step back, like, oh, let people, do what they want, you know. So we're kind of like, it's a whole new thing to learn.
Yeah.
And then we're scared to be pushy. But what I learned is, selling, like, especially just using as a coach, for an example, when you sell to someone, you're actually offering them help. Like, that they're going to see great results from working with you.
Yeah.
And you're actually helping them.
Yeah.
By selling to them and, convincing them to buy and work with you, it's going to benefit and change their life.
Yeah.
But people need that push.
Yeah.
So you're giving them the option to, you're not forcing anyone,
Absolutely.
You're not like,
you're
give me
not
your credit
pointing a
card.
gun, and saying, buy my package. Yeah.
But you're just like, yes, you might be convincing them, but because people need that, especially in coaching, for example, because it's a new thing, they need it, and they will thank you after for pushing them.
Yeah.
So you're actually helping them, not forcing them to do anything.
Yeah.
So a big pivot is like you're actually giving people the option to work with you, and you're helping them.
Yeah.
Because, now we have analysis paralysis, right? Like, we go to buy something on Amazon and we're scrolling for like 6 hours. So by telling someone, look, I'm a coach, I can help you with this, trust me, then you get them to really trust you.
Yeah.
Then you help them. Otherwise, they're going to go and be stuck for another year.
Yeah.
For example.
Absolutely. And can you share with us a very successful story from your clients?
Yeah, sure. I have a few examples. I'll take one. So I had a client who was working at a corporate company, and she wanted to leave. And by chance, she was talking to me, and then, it took some time. And then what happened is she was made redundant. So she was forced to leave. So she, I love her mindset. She came to me. She's like, this is my sign to start my business. Like, I have the time now. I have a bit of a buffer. Let's do it. So we started, and she is a UX UI designer. So she's like, I want to start freelancing and doing this on my own. Perfect. We start working together and we set money targets. Okay. So
Yeah.
like how much to make by the end of working together, 3 months. And then within 1 month of working together, she already hit that 3 months target.
Wow.
Yeah, so she landed a big project, which, covered that. And then after 2 months of working together, she already needed to hire someone to start working with her.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you set KPIs or goals with her? Do you
Yes,
do you believe in setting like specific goals and give them a timeline?
100%.
Yes,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. So for myself, I do it every month. Every month I set goals for that month.
Yeah.
Like number of clients, number of calls I want to do, revenue I want to make,
Yeah.
etc. And with all my clients, we do that too. And that way they can see the point of working together. So
Absolutely.
on our first call, okay, what are our 3 months goals? And we write them out together. And then we always make sure that we're working towards those.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. I love that. I love
yeah.
that. And Mira, where do you see the future of mentorship and business going, especially maybe in a city like Dubai, where I think we just started? There are a lot of
Yeah.
opportunity coming, a lot of people coming. So where do you see this wave going? Do you think that also with AI something will change? Do you think that, for example, we had a podcast with a woman who's integrating wellness into the corporate
Oh, nice.
communities and etc. So we were talking about how wellness can be the future of business as well.
Yeah.
Where do you see this going?
Yeah, I think globally, like there's a huge shift towards paying for coaching, for mentorship. Like I personally, if you told me 4 years ago how much I would have invested in a mentor and in
Yeah,
coaching, I would be shocked, right?
yeah,
But I see the value and I think that's just gonna keep growing because now we pay for mentorship, we pay for knowledge. So I think it's a booming
yeah,
industry, and I think it will keep growing. And Dubai specifically is such a fertile ground for businesses, for
yeah,
opportunities, and everyone feels it, everyone sees it. And,
yeah,
anyone I have calls with, they tell me, like, I feel like it's a good time, everyone's doing
yeah,
something, which is amazing, right? Like,
yeah,
it's so empowering to know you're in a city where people are supporting each other.
yeah, true.
So, anytime someone's starting something new, there's so many people supporting. Oh, okay, you have a new flower company. I
And
want to buy some.
curiosity also, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
true.
It's such a good place for people who want to help each other and
Yeah.
network, which I think is amazing.
Yes, yes, I love this question.
Yeah, it's good.
Mira, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
If people want to reach out to you or just to have a look at your page, where
Yeah.
they can find you?
On Instagram, coached by Mira.
Of course. And you have a website there linked as well?
I actually don't have a website right now.
Okay,
I don't.
okay.
Everything is on Instagram.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can reach her out there
Yeah.
and she will be happy to coach you. Actually, I'm thinking as well about myself. So please, guys, reach out. We put the
Thank you.
Instagram in the description below. Thank you so much, Mira,
Thank
for your
you.
wisdom.
Of
It
course.
was lovely to have you
Yeah,
here.
thank you
And
so
guys,
much.
see you on the next episode. Ciao.
Ciao.